Cordyceps were at one time so highly valued that it was only allowed to be consumed by the Emperor of China, who lived to 100 plus years and still fathered children into his hundreds. Interesting facts that we share on this podcast sometimes.
Empowering you organically, delivering content you trust with results you love.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Empowering You Organically. I'm your host, Jonathan Hunsaker, joined by my co-host, Terry Ann Trevenin.
Hey everyone.
Today we're going to do another quick podcast, again by popular demand from you, where we're going to talk more about mushrooms, and we're going to talk specifically about the mushrooms that are in our 7M Plus supplement. We receive a lot of questions about it and people asking for more clarity and really wanting to understand what are all the benefits of the mushrooms that are in our 7M Plus and why is it so effective. What's really interesting is we get a lot of emails that just say, hey, this has changed this or this has changed that, and my life is amazing. Why? Can you tell me exactly why? And so we're going to break it down a little bit more for you here in this quick podcast.
Yeah, and last week we talked about telomeres and aging. We talked about how mushrooms really benefit your health as far as anti-aging and not aging as quickly. They're very powerful when it comes to that. But today we're actually going to dive into the 7 mushrooms that are in our 7M Plus and talk about each of the benefits of those mushrooms, the most important benefits of each of those mushrooms when it comes to your health. So we're going to kick it off today and talk about the chaga mushroom. So chaga has been used for centuries primarily in the East. It's known for its immune support and soothing properties. Many traditional healers have used it as a soothing tea for a powerful and natural digestive support. It's also shown the potential to help maintain healthy blood pressure levels that are already within the normal range. Chaga also has very powerful antioxidant properties that make it a powerhouse on its own. Last week on the podcast, we talked about antioxidants and how important they are in slowing down the aging process. So you'll see with the chaga, it's really important when it comes to the antioxidant properties and supporting graceful aging, if you will, natural digestive support, healthy blood pressure level, and it has immune support benefits as well.
Yeah, let's move on to the next one. The next mushroom is Cordyceps. Cordyceps have been shown to help regulate a healthy immune system. They're also strong inflammation fighters. Cordyceps were at one time so highly valued that it was only allowed to be consumed by the Emperor of China, who lived to 100 plus years and still fathered children into his hundreds. Interesting facts that we share on this podcast sometimes. Also known for the ability to support sexual health and athletic ability, Cordyceps have been the most sought after nutritional mushroom in the Orient. Cordyceps are interesting. I mean, and it's why we've included it in our 7M Plus. I've also, in my health journey, have started going to the gym a lot more and I'm lifting a lot more. I take our 7M Plus, but I also take a separate Cordyceps supplement as well, just to really help my body be able to repair, be able to perform at its optimum. So Cordyceps are phenomenal mushrooms.
Yeah, well, and our body needs to repair and heal in a lot of different ways. And so Cordyceps can benefit you from that aspect. Lion's mane is the next mushroom, one of the more interesting mushrooms coming from the ancient East. Lion's mane is known to support brain health, boost cognitive function, and aid against age-related memory loss. It also helps maintain mental focus and function, as well as promoting healthy digestive function through its powerful regulation of bacteria. So, first of all, let's just dissect that. Powerful regulation of bacteria is so important. We're learning more and more about our gut health and our microbiome, and it's so critical that we have healthy bacteria. We have enzymes in our diet. We talked a lot about probiotics and things like that help aid in all of that. Lion's mane helps to regulate the bacteria in your body, which is super critical and important when it comes to immune health, when it comes to gut health, which are all tied together. And we're learning more and more that the gut is the center of our health in our body. It just regulates and controls so many things that come into play when it comes to our health. So that's really important when it comes to lion's mane. But even more importantly, it talks about, we're talking about brain health. And we're seeing this trend with brain health where, you know, our health is impacting our long-term function of our brain. So being able to focus, keep our memory long-term, just all of the cognitive function that goes on in our brain, all those things that we need to think clearly, to have that healthy brain function throughout our life. We're seeing a lot of issues coming into play with Alzheimer's and dementia. And what we're learning, and we've even talked about this in podcasts prior to this one, is that we can actually do things to benefit our brain health. We don't just have to succumb to this belief that Alzheimer's and dementia are happening to everyone. We can actually have things in our nutrition, in our daily nutrition, through supplementation, through our health, that benefit our long-term brain health. And lion's mane is one of those, and it's why we have that in our 7M+. It's so powerful when it comes to our overall brain health.
Absolutely. I mean, they're in the biohacker community, right? Nootropics are a big thing. And a nootropic is really anything that's going to stimulate the brain, your brain function. Caffeine is considered a nootropic. Believe it or not, nicotine is considered a nootropic. There are all these different things, and trust me, I'm not saying to consume nicotine, but or to use it in any way. But there are all these different nootropics that really help our brain function better. And lion's mane is phenomenal for that. So I would highly recommend it if you're looking to improve your brain health, if you're looking to be sharper, to be faster, and also to help your brain from deteriorating, so to speak, to make sure you're having lion's mane tea, lion's mane something, or take some 7M+ and get your lion's mane that way.
Absolutely.
The next mushroom, we could not have a mushroom blend without it. It is turkey tail. It's considered one of the best researched mushrooms on earth. Its benefits are just as strong as other nutritional mushrooms such as reishi, cordyceps, and maitake. It contains powerful antioxidant nutrients and high levels of selenium, vitamin D, and vitamin B3, which are crucial for boosting and maintaining immunity. Turkey tail is so effective. We've put it in several of our supplements. We put turkey tail in with our 7M+. I'm sorry, with our turmeric 3D. Obviously, it's in our 7M+. It's just, again, when something is that highly researched and we know the benefits of it, we should be consuming it on a daily basis.
Absolutely. The next mushroom is shiitake. The benefits of shiitake mushrooms for your immune system are some of the most well documented for any type of nutritional mushroom. Perhaps its greatest influence is in the activity, the tiny cells responsible for protecting your immune system from inflammation. A recent 4-week study showed that daily use of shiitake mushrooms boosted the immune response in young adults. They have the potential to keep your immune cells protected from inflammation and the signs of aging. I don't know if you've noticed, but we kind of have this running theme of immune system. 7M+ is a powerful, powerful tool when it comes to boosting your immune system. We have all these other properties and benefits that we're talking about, but you're going to continue to hear about the immune system and aging and how mushrooms benefit you from that perspective. It's why we have so many mushrooms in this product, to boost your immune system and to help with signs of aging. So I'm just going to go ahead and do Lentinan as well, because Lentinan and shiitake are not the same, but they're connected to one another in the sense that Lentinan is a polysaccharide extracted from the fruit body of the shiitake. So deep within the shiitake mushroom is Lentinan. Lab studies show that not only is Lentinan effective at supporting a healthy immune system, but it also has cholesterol lowering properties. So shiitake is the outside, Lentinan is found deep within it, and they have different properties and benefits that can benefit you, which is why we have both of them in 7M+.
Excellent. Our last mushroom is reishi, nicknamed the mushroom of immortality. It's not hard to see why reishi mushrooms have been used in natural health remedies for hundreds of years. It seems every year science uncovers new uses for this wonder nutrient. It may be thanks to the complex compounds found in reishi mushrooms that help regulate and support an aging immune system, reduce inflammation, and assist in healthy heart function. I mean, we have the recurring theme here as we're talking about all the different mushrooms. And this is why we made a mushroom blend. This is why we developed 7M+, because all of them are so powerful at supporting a healthy immune system. They're so powerful and we talked about in the last podcast about your immune system can be directly related to the length of your telomeres and your aging. And so how they affect the length of our telomeres, or the reduction of length, or shortening, I should say, of our telomeres. A lot of the mushrooms reduce inflammation, which we talked about affects the length of telomeres. And so Really, I mean, you can get all of these different mushrooms on their own and as standalones, but why, right? Why take 6, 7 pills? And that's why we combined it together. I mean, they're very potent, high levels of each of these mushrooms in 7M plus in the daily dose, and you cover all of your bases. It's our very first product that we ever launched in, I want to say February or March of 2016.
January.
Was it January 2016?
Yep.
And it is always in the top 2 or 3 best sellers ever since. I mean, it is the one that people rant and rave about. It's the one that we get written in about a lot, like our turmeric 3D. It's such a phenomenal supplement.
Well, and I mean, you're going to have a hard time going to the grocery store and picking out all these mushrooms and getting them into your diet. And not only that, but you can buy a lot of these different mushroom products individually in their own capsule form in a bottle and pay, $50 for each one in a bottle, or you can get all of these wrapped into one product, a blend of all of these mushrooms that work synergistically together. We formulated them to do that, and they are so powerful. I love getting feedback on this product. We get powerful, powerful feedback on this product from our customers all the time. And what we hear most often is, I stopped taking 7M plus for like 2 weeks and I got super sick, and I wasn't sick for like 6 or 7 months. Then I stopped taking it and all of a sudden I got sick. And something I want to point out from what we talked in our podcast last week with the aging process and slowing that down, and then also talking about in this podcast all of the benefits of the mushroom. The reason why I think this product is so powerful and mushrooms are so powerful, our immune system, and we also talked a lot about the gut and the bacteria and the gut health, all of it supports our overall health, not only from the physical perspective, but our emotional perspective. So mushrooms have all of these benefits and all of these powerful, powerful benefits that impact our health. And this aging process, thinking about this aging process, reverse aging, what does that really mean? And to drive this home, not only from last podcast, but this podcast, if you were reversing the aging process, if you were slowing down the aging process, it means that your immune system is strong. It means that your body is firing correctly across the board. It's doing what it's supposed to do. It's healing itself. It's supporting you. It's being strong. It's all of those things. Mushrooms are so powerful because they help our body to heal, repair. They reinforce and strengthen our immune system. They reverse this aging process and all the things that go with it. What is the aging process? It's all of the functions and systems in our body slowing down, shutting down in a sense, going, slower to the point where you're just not as healthy as you once were. But we're seeing through the research we've talked about today in this podcast, in the last podcast, that we actually can do things to keep ourselves healthier, younger. Longer. We talked about people being in their 80s, but having a biological age of 60. So it's interesting. I said in the last podcast, the fountain of youth really isn't real, but our mushrooms really the fountain of youth for us in keeping ourselves healthier longer, keeping ourselves happier longer, because it's helping our body to stay strong and healthy throughout our lives. This is why 7M Plus is such a powerful product. This is why mushrooms are so critical to our overall health, and why it's so important that we have them in our nutrition or through supplementation, and why mushrooms are such a beautiful part of nature and something that we should be consuming on a daily basis.
Absolutely. It's one of the core supplements, in my opinion. People always ask me, well, what should I take? What should I take? Well, everybody's different, and it's hard for me to say, take this or take that. But the 3 things that I can confidently tell everybody to take is our Multivitamax, our daily multivitamin, our turmeric 3D, and our 7M plus. Hands down, those are the 3 bare essentials, in my opinion. Okay. And I'm just telling you from the thousands of emails that have come in, the thousands of reviews, you will feel a difference on 7M plus. It's my sister Katrina who makes our recipes. A lot of you have probably seen her doing that. She loves it for her kids that are in school. She can tell when she runs out because everybody starts getting the sniffles, starts getting sick. You can open up these capsules. You can pour the powder directly into a smoothie. You can pour it into a tea. You can do all kinds of things with it. There's several ways rather than having to always swallow a lot of capsules.
Yep.
I hope that this hasn't turned into too much of an infomercial podcast.
I was going to say, as always, and we say this every time on the podcast, whether you buy our products or not, we're delivering the information. So we have a solution for you through 7M Plus, but guess what? If you're not into supplements and you're not into taking the 7M Plus, at least you know now how mushrooms can benefit and impact your health, and you can look at ways to get them into your nutrition plan and get them into your body so that you can be healthier, stronger, happier throughout your entire life and reverse that aging process, slow it down so that you can enjoy a long and healthy life. So no matter what you get out of this, it's going to be different for each person, but just know how powerful mushrooms are when it comes to our health and what benefits they can have when it comes to your body.
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody, for listening. If you want to get the transcript, see the show notes, go to empoweringyouorganically.com. Please subscribe on iTunes and you will not miss a single episode. And check out our 7M Plus. I think that you will feel an amazing difference using it for just a couple months. And quick plug in case you don't know, everything that we offer is backed by a 1-year money-back guarantee. You can send all the bottles back at the end and we'll give you a full refund. This is how much we stand behind our products. It's how much we stand behind our formulations. It's why we do this. We're not just out here trying to sling some supplements. We want you to be healthier. We want you to feel the difference. Some things take a couple months before you feel the difference. And so why have a 30-day money-back guarantee where you can't even use it long enough to feel the difference? So try 7M Plus. I think you will feel amazing, like all of us do, and like hundreds, if not thousands of others do as well. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you on the next podcast.
Thanks, everyone.